What's up, guys? Good morning. Here in St. Augustine, Florida, catching some live nuisance alligators. Trying to beat this storm out. I had a couple, they're not emergency calls, but they're urgent. This is one we got this morning. He's 7'3". Now I'm here next to a elementary school, and they need this guy out of here. So he doesn't look very big. I saw him. He's on the opposite side of this pond here. And he doesn't look very big, like I said, but I'll start making my way over there and see what we got. It did seem kind of spooky too. Like, I saw him from all the way over here. He went down, and I saw some bubbles popped up probably about, he was on the, when I first saw him, he was on the left side of that little spillway culvert, storm drain thing. And then he went down and popped up over to the right of it. So see where he's at. But he was pretty close to the bank over there. This isn't a huge pond, it's a pretty small pond. It's also a pretty small gator, so smaller target. Sometimes these guys are really smart, they're really patient, they'll go under. I barely see his eyes actually. I know for a fact you can't see him here, but he is right over on the other side next to that grass. He's like barely got his little eye up over the water. But I'll see how close he'll let me get. Hopefully he makes it pretty easy because I want to get done before the storm comes. And I don't want him playing around in the middle of the pond because this one will make him hard to cast on and hard to catch. And hopefully he'll let me get kind of close. He's like right up against the bank. I see him, he's staying there. I'll try and get a little closer. Oh, he just went under. Sorry for the bounciness, guys. So he was just right here, went under. Get ready, see where he pops up. Maybe he'll let me get a quick cast on him. Hey, wifey. A couple bubbles right here out in front of me. That's most likely him, but I'll give him a chance to surface before I go to dragging, just because I don't know what this looks like down there, how much debris, and I do have the woods up against my back, but that's got to be him. My luck is I would cast on him and get stuck, and then he'll pop up. I got some bug spray on me, but I'm still being swarmed by these mosquitoes. This one looks like he is over 4 foot, but I don't know, somewhere between 4 and 5, possibly like mid 4s. Good size for the smoker. Oop, that could have been him right here. This little swirl. Like he could have started to come up, saw me, and was like, I'm seeing these little bits of bubbles everywhere now. Probably turtles and stuff along the bottom. That kind of looks like an actual, very small, but a bubble trail right there. Give him a couple minutes, see if he pops up. If not, I'll start casting on some of these bubbles. Sometimes you get lucky doing that, but I want to try and be quick with this. I got this one and one more to go check. I don't know, about an hour away from here. That's hanging out in the hospital parking lot, and they definitely want to get him out of there. So I see some bubbles out there too. I just see bubbles everywhere. That bubble trail out there looks a little more promising, but I'll tell you what, now that I'm really looking around, I'm just seeing him everywhere. Hopefully he'll just surface real quick, give me a good shot. And I don't want him to go super far. I think this wood line behind me is blocking a bit of wind, but it's just going to keep getting windier and windier the closer that hurricane gets. We caught one gator this morning on a bait. He was, or is, 7'3". He's in the truck. Hopefully we can get this guy up, get him caught pretty quick. That's a turtle over there. Also a little ripply in this pond, so he could come up just for a quick breath, with like barely his eyes and nose surfaced. As I was walking up, he was sitting pretty low in the water, so he's a pretty spooky gator, but still don't want him right here next to an elementary school. And they got a pond in their on their property too, or like right behind the school inside the fence, that they don't want the kids running around with an alligator in the back there. But this school is in a community that is right off the intercoastal. There's all kinds of ponds and all kinds of gators, and luckily for me, FWC just approved THA, they call it, like a targeted harvest area. So anytime they have a gator, they can call me directly without having to go through the whole permit stuff, and then I can come catch a gator. And while they were waiting on that permit to be approved, she already let me know about, I think it's 5 or 7 gators that were pretty decent size. So hopefully we'll have some gators catch out of here soon. Take a look at my binoculars, see if I see this guy anywhere. Sometimes these little gators, they'll stay under for like 15 to 30 minutes at a time, and then just pop up somewhere like absolutely ridiculous real quick, and you'll just keep playing like a cat and mouse game with them until you can finally get lucky. I don't really see, I'm sure there are culverts in here somewhere. There is this little storm spillway thing behind me that looks like it goes back into the woods, like into this little swampy area behind me, but surely there's got to be some culverts along the edge somewhere, like out by the road or something. I definitely don't want them to head for those. When they head for them culverts, that usually means they are done for the day. So like I said, he's pretty, there's a couple bubbles right there. It's pretty spooky for a small gator. it's always like one extreme or the other with these smaller gators. They're either like really curious and kind of dumb to where they'll come right up to you, or they're being fed or something, they'll come right up to you. I posted a video a few weeks ago where I had one swim right into my catch pole. Like I didn't even have to use my fishing pole or hook him or nothing. He swam right into my catch pole. He was definitely being fed. So some of them are like that, and then some of them are like this, where they'll like sit on the bottom in one spot for, like I said, 15 to 30 minutes, and then you wait for them to pop up, hope to get a quick cast on them, and then they'll go down and do the same thing. But there's a little soft shell turtle right out in front of me. There's some more bubbles right here. If he doesn't pop up soon, I'll start casting on some of these bubbles. I don't think this pond will have much debris in it, but you never know. I hate blind casting like that and dragging the bottom, because a lot of times when I do, I'll get stuck and break my hook off, and that always seems to be like when the gator will surface, and I'll miss him because of it. This guy seems pretty smart for a little guy, pretty smart and pretty patient. So when I first pulled up, I just kind of pulled up along the road there, looked with my binoculars, saw him. He was sitting just on the other side of that little spillway. Like just from me getting out of my truck all the way over there, that made him go under. He popped up then like right in front of me, right where I'm standing. And as I was walking up, he went down, and not very easily. He kind of like spooked and went down with a purpose. So I feel like he's probably not just sitting right here in front of me like they'll do sometimes. Like if they just kind of easily go down, they'll sink down right in their spot. Those bubbles are in that same spot again, and they'll just sit there and like just wait, hoping that you'll walk away, and then they'll pop back up. But this guy went down a little quicker, a little bit of force behind it, like with a purpose. So a lot of communities like this too, they'll have people, residents or whatever, walk around these ponds fishing, and little gators will go after little topwater lures and stuff. So there's a possibility this guy's even been hooked. He may have saw my fishing pole and thought same thing was going to happen. Keep scanning up my binoculars. See if he will pop up along the edge somewhere maybe. So I'm just kind of trying to get, oh shoot, he is legit right in front of me. Oh man, he just went down again. Man, he's 15 feet in front of me. That's just my luck, because I was scanning around with the binoculars. So, all right, even though he's a little spooky, he's not that spooky. We'll give him a second, see if he pops back up, see if I see any bubbles in that area. If I see bubbles in the area where he just was, then I'll drag the bottom or cast on him. Yeah, he looks like he's about 4.5 foot or so. So like I was saying, I'm just kind of this morning getting back into live streaming a little bit. I still plan on making videos with this stuff, but I was live streaming on TikTok a lot. But they started shadow banning me, telling me that they were sending me warnings and notifications saying that I was violating community guidelines. Hey, Magic Adventures, saying that what I was doing was promoting dangerous acts. So, hey guys, that's my neighbors, Mike and Jen. They are also some live streamers. They've been going to Disney World here in beautiful, sunny, hot, humid, muggy Orlando, Florida. And they've been live streaming from there. They came out with me actually a couple days ago to try and catch a gator at the hospital that I'm going to be going to after this pond. But that gator was pretty smart too. When I got there, or when we got there, the lawn crew was there. They were cutting grass. They had that gator super spooked, and half of that pond, not half, maybe like a quarter of that pond is along a wood line, and he was sitting in that wood line under a bunch of downed trees and stuff. So we did everything I could, tried walking back in the woods to spook him out, but he was holding strong just in the woods. I was never able to get him, but we're going to try and get him today before this hurricane comes to get him up out of there. I definitely don't want him in a hurricane or in a hospital parking lot. Of course, of course. What's Mike getting for breakfast? Something good, I hope. There we go. So I see the gators. I see the gator's bubble trail pretty much right out in front of me. That means he's either just walking along the bottom and then he's stirring up some of the sediment, causing those bubbles to come up. But I see that happen a lot, like usually right before they surface. So I'm going to give him a minute or so, see if he'll surface. I see some more bubbles coming up. I'll give him a minute or so, see if he'll surface. If he does not surface, then I'll cast on that bubble trail and see if we can snag this guy. Biscuits and gravy. Man, I love me some good biscuits and gravy. I can eat biscuits and gravy like every morning for breakfast. Is he going to make them or is he picking them up from somewhere? Yeah, guys, don't forget. Oh man, his eyes are just barely up over there. This gator is going to be a pain to catch. He popped up for like a half second. And as soon as he saw me move, like to go to grab my rod to cast on him, he went under and took off. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. I try to post videos on Mondays, every Monday. I'm going to try and start live streaming a little bit more because this is fun. Who doesn't want to watch somebody potentially get bit by an alligator on a live stream? Although it's never happened, knock on wood. But yeah, it's fun, exciting. I love doing this. Man. Of course, he popped up a little bit further out that time too. And now he's closer to where those ripples are, so I'll never see a bubble trail. I'm gonna have to wait for him to pop up and get a good cast on him. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Cook some breakfast on the griddle you guys got. We need to get one of those. We talked about getting one, like when our grill is done. We talked about getting a griddle, like a Blackstone or whatever, for really pretty much everything you can cook on the Blackstone is the same stuff we cook on the grill, but plus you can do, you know, like the bigger breakfasts, the hibachi stuff and all that. So man, that last time that gator popped up right there, he was just like barely had his eyes up above the surface. And as soon as he saw me, I already had my rod over my shoulder, and as soon as he saw me pick my other hand up to get ready to cast, he like went under pretty quick. So I'm going to give this guy a little bit longer, see if we can catch him. I really hope I can. If not, we'll go down to the hospital, try and catch that gator. If this gator is going to be like super spooky, then, you know, he's just not going to let me catch him. Worst case, I'll have to hang a bait. I really hate doing that, but I did catch one this morning on a bait. He was 7'3", skinny little 7'3". But yeah, I hung the bait yesterday morning on my way to work. And he took it sometime in the night last night. Like yesterday evening, the bait was still hanging, and they texted me this morning and said the bait was down and the line was moving around. So that's makes it pretty quick and easy. It's just not good for the gator, not good for me. And then the gator's got a hook in his stomach, and I try to sell most of these gators live to different farms and stuff. So that's a turtle all the way out there. What I might do here is kneel down, wait to look for this gator to pop up, and if he does, I'll give him a little baby gator call, and a lot of times that'll keep them interested. They'll think that they're going to get a good meal. Hey Tim, thanks buddy. Is this Tim from where I just caught the gator this morning? So Tim's got a church. He lives over there on the property, and he's got a pond on the property. They got some ducks and stuff, and that's where they saw the gator. They had a couple ducks go missing. Called the gator into the nuisance hotline. They sent me the permit, and I went out there and finally was able to catch them. The pond was pretty overgrown though, so it was pretty hard to catch. He was pretty hard to catch. There's lots and lots of hiding spots for him. I was out there, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times, and never saw the gator. But Tim would send me pictures of the gator, so I knew the gator was there. So I hung the bait. He finally took the bait, and then was able to get him out of there. The ducks can go swimming again. It's a happy story, happy ending. But this gator right here, for a smaller gator, like I said, he is being really, really spooky. I hate scanning with my binoculars sometimes too, because a couple minutes and the gator was like sitting 5 feet in front of me, 10 feet in front of me. I would have been able to cast on him and catch him, and that'd be that. But a lot of times I scan with my binoculars and they'll be hiding somewhere else. So it doesn't always happen to me, but it happens sometimes and drives me crazy. I mean, he was like right here. Nice, they're in the pond now. Loving it. There he is right there. Ow, 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 ow. There we go. Get her on, baby. Get her on. There we go. We got him. Oh, we got him. Feel him death rolling under there. He's swimming toward me. This guy's crazy. There he is. Oh yeah, we're gonna tire him down a little bit. We're gonna have to tire him down a little bit. So this gator here is right next to a elementary school, so you can understand why they don't want him here. Kids are curious. Work for the fire department full time, and there he is. Just the other day we had a call for a snake bite. Kids saw a cottonmouth, venomous cottonmouth in the courtyard, tried to catch it. Didn't really know any better. He was like an 8-year-old kid, and he got bit. Luckily for him, he got a dry bite. A lot of times, like these adult venomous snakes, they can like decide how much venom they want to inject, and they'll try to. Oh, they're gonna go. They'll try to inject enough venom like to kill their prey. But when they have a person that they're trying to bite, they will try sometimes not to inject any venom because they don't want to waste it. They want to be able to save it. Let's see. Pretty steep little bank. Oh, look at him death roll. He's death rolling. Open my bail so he doesn't death roll up to my rod. Which I have had a couple gators do that with these Hellcat rods, and these Hellcat rods hold strong for sure. These things are legit. It's always the small gators. It's never the big gators. Sorry guys. I'm trying to get my catch pole on him here. And then we'll get him, there he is, up to the bank. Get him taped up, and I'll be able to get him to the truck. Get a measurement on him. Yeah, it's always these smaller gators. They'll death roll up your rod or something, or bite it as you're trying to pull them up. Sorry for all the bouncing around. You can hear him making that baby gator call. Trying to get up here to this grass, up higher away from the pond. There we go. All right. So from here, I'll untangle my line, get the hook out of him, clear that, so I don't get stuck with the hook. And he stopped doing it, but when I first was pulling him up, you could hear him. So that hook just fell right off. I tell people a lot of times these hooks, like an alligator's skin is so tough that these hooks barely ever penetrate the skin. It just kind of holds some pressure on them. So you have to hold some pressure, not let any slack, because they will hook will fall right off, they'll get away. So all right, he's definitely seems tired enough. All right, set my stuff up here. Just going to tape his mouth for the obvious reasons of me not getting bit. And then I cover their eyes, and that helps keep them calm. And I can't see, for some reason they're way calmer, which is safer for me and safer for the gator. And there you have it, boys and girls. There's a caught gator. So we'll get him to the truck. I'll finish getting all this stuff untangled from him, get him to the truck, get a quick measurement on him, and then head down to that hospital, see if we can get that gator off their property. Let's see, we got a tangled mess here. Sometimes them gators start death rolling when I hook them, and sometimes it's good because it wraps my line around them. There we go. It wraps my line around them, and I know I won't lose them then, because like I said, that hook barely ever penetrates the skin, so the hook won't fall out. But when I go to get on their backs and tape them up, it leaves the hooks in, and then I have to worry about getting stuck. Make our way to the truck and get a measurement. Guys, thanks for the likes, thanks for subscribing. If you didn't, please do so. I do post videos on Mondays, and I'm going to start trying to go live more often. Also follow, if you're into Disney, or you plan on going to Disney, or if you've ever been to Disney or whatever, check out Magic Adventures. That's my next door neighbors, Mike and Jen. They just started their YouTube channel, and they are live streaming and creating content in and about Disney. So definitely cool stuff. Sorry for the bouncing around. I'm gonna try and get to the truck here. Then I'll switch this over to a tripod and we'll get a measurement on this guy. I always seem to catch these guys like the furthest away from my truck. It's never like right there. I never just pull up to a pond and catch an alligator. Luckily for me though, this guy is not 8 to 10 foot. I'm dragging him 200 yards. Almost there. Almost there. And once I get to the truck, be able to show you guys that other gator too. I caught at Tim's house this morning. Alright guys, I'm gonna set some of this stuff down, grab my tape measure, and I'll switch this over to a tripod. Give me just a second here. So this guy's not super heavy. That guy's a little heavier. But this guy's not super heavy. He may be like, I don't know, 25, 30 pounds or so. But it's, you know, gators too, depends on how hefty they are, how much they've been eating, what they've been eating to determine their weight. And size too. You know, if you go to the St. Augustine alligator farm here, they have a pit with a bunch of giant alligators in front of the farm. They're in the front of the farm. And they'll actually tell you that their biggest alligator in there is actually the youngest. So genetics has a lot to do with how big these guys get. You know, just like if my kids would be smaller than Shaquille O'Neal's kids, because he's 7 foot and I'm like, my wife swears that I'm like 5'9"-ish, but I swear I'm like 5'10" at least. All right, try and flip this camera around. There we go. Hey guys, what's up? And put it on this little fella. And I'll get a quick measurement on him. Close my tailgate just to make sure that guy doesn't get out. Alright guys, like I said, still going to be trying to make a video with all this footage, so I'll be recording too. He's making that baby gator sound. Even though he's not a baby, they'll still make it. I've caught even 10, 11 footers, they'll still make that sound. Let's see, we got 3 feet to there. 4. He is 4'11". 4'11". He's a pretty little guy. So when they're small, I'm gonna turn the camera around again, sorry guys. When they're small and smaller, they'll still have that nice patterning, that bright lighter pattern on them. And as they grow bigger, I'll show you with this bigger gator, they start to lose it. So he does have some lighter pattern here around his mouth and around underneath his underside, but his belly. But on the sides, he's a lot darker. So he's 7'3". That's a gator that we caught at Tim's place. Hey Roblox, I appreciate that. Thank you. I love these alligators too. Yeah, so that's a gator that I caught at Tim's place this morning. He's 7'3", and like I said, he's losing some of that patterns. He had a couple little scars on him, like he's missing a scoop up behind his head. He's got another scoop, like right over there. As you can see, is kind of scarred up. But tape their mouth, cover their eyes. Obvious reasons. If his eyes weren't covered right now, he'd be going a lot crazier. And this is the guy that we just caught out of here. Well, I'd say he was 4'10". I don't even remember. Worst case, I'll have to either go back and watch a video, or I'll measure him again. But yeah, I catch these for the state. I'm contracted by the state of Florida, FWC, to catch nuisance alligators. These guys will get called in as a nuisance, and then they'll call me, depending on the area, to go catch them. We have like 45 days to fill the permit. If we can't, then the permit expires and the gator doesn't get caught. Usually at that point, he's like not really a nuisance. Let's see, here's the guy that we just caught. I'll show him off again, and then I'll show you that pattern again. I catch pretty much all these gators alive. I sell a lot of them to farms. And then since they're nuisances, they can't be relocated unless they're under 4 feet, because once he's a nuisance and he loses his fear of people, they'll always be a nuisance. And they have really good rehoming skills, so they can't be relocated because they'll find their way right back. There's a story about a crocodile here in Florida that you guys can look up. Pretty cool. That they caught like 2 or 3 times now in Melbourne, brought him down around to the Keys or the Everglades, tagged him, and he keeps finding his way back. So that's why they don't let us relocate these guys. So I try to sell a lot of them to farms, but if you're ever in Florida or any other place where you go to a restaurant, you order any kind of gator nuggets, a lot of them are nuisance alligators. You order some gator tail, a lot of those are nuisance alligators, but the ones that end up having to be euthanized, nothing gets wasted on them. Their skin is tanned to a leather and sent off and made into products like that. Got my wallet. Is gator skin, and that's actually from the gator that I caught. But yeah, get this guy in. We got one more to go check today. I have a lot more to go check, but I want to get home before the storm. And hopefully we can grab that guy too. This guy coming out. Get back in there, buddy. Go ahead, get back in there. So they'll hang out in this tube. Hey Roblox, yeah, so I had over 40K, but a lot of them came from shorts. So a lot of my subscribers aren't into the videos, so I was wanting to do more videos from shorts. I was posting a lot on TikTok and live streaming on TikTok, but they started saying that I was promoting dangerous acts, so they started banning me. So I came over to YouTube. When I came over to YouTube, I took all my TikTok videos, posted them as shorts, and when I did that, I grew way fast, and then for whatever reason started losing some subscribers, because they probably saw some of the shorts and thought that maybe they just weren't into watching videos. They were expecting more shorts. But anyway, I started posting more videos. Now I'll start trying to live stream a little more. I was live streaming a bunch on TikTok, and since they keep banning me, I want to come over to YouTube. I'm allowed to do this. This is all legal. Like I said, I'm contracted by the state of Florida. I'm a licensed nuisance alligator trapper. So I don't just go around catching random alligators. These are all nuisance alligators that the state sends a permit to me for me to go catch the gators. They may get back in there. They may have, for whatever reason, they're being aggressive or trying to attack people. eating pets. You know, I caught a gator a couple weeks ago. He was eating other gators, and that specific community likes having alligators in their community. So basically, if the state, you know, deems them a nuisance, which usually it's any alligator, it's a threat to people. Any alligator, it's a threat to people or pets or property, they'll deem it a nuisance, and then they'll call a nuisance gator trapper to come catch them. Throw my new fancy hat on real fast. Crocodile skin hat. There we go. Finished cleaning this up, and then, like I said, we got one more pond I'm going to go check today, which is at a hospital. My neighbors, which are in here, Magic Adventures, Mike and Jen, go check them out if you're in Disney. Like I said, they came out there with me the other day. We saw the gator, but I was never able to actually catch him. When we got there, the gators or the yard crew was there, so they had that gator super spooked. He was out in the under the, like, some of that pond has a wood line, so he was hanging out at the wood line under a bunch of down trees and stuff. Roblox, what do I do with them? Hey Dan, thanks buddy. That is my father-in-law. We'll see you guys soon. We're going to be heading up north, a little trip, me and my wife and the baby Jackson, in November, I guess. I'm so bad with dates. All I know is to show up to work every third day. But so I try to sell a lot of these guys to farms, and the ones that I don't, I'll sell to people. Not live unless they have the proper licensing to own live alligators. But I'll sell them to people, and then they'll be able to you know, have it for gator meat. They have a lot of gators, like say 4 to 5 foot. I've been cooking on a smoker, and man, they're delicious. They're really good. I actually cooked one for Vanilla Ice a couple weeks ago. He called me last year to take him out to catch gators for his TV show. So me, my wife, and Jackson, we went out, met him out there, caught some gators, and then they just called us the other day to come over for the finale of their show, and I offered to bring him a gator to cook. So I brought him like a 4.5 foot gator. We cooked him. And man, my truck is just getting swarmed by mosquitoes now. And yeah, they loved it. It was delicious. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this live. So I'm not live streaming, driving down the road. I'll be driving for about an hour or so. Once I get down there, I'll hopefully see the gator and go live again. And we can catch one more gator. I got one more pond to check. We got this hurricane coming, so I'm gonna try and get this done before this hurricane comes, and I could get home, make sure we're all prepared, and make sure my wife and Jackson, they all have everything they need. So hey, thank you guys. Yes, the smoked gator is delicious. If you don't subscribe, check it out. Check out the videos that I post. I try to post videos every Mondays. It's been a slow year. I've caught quite a few gators, but still slow in comparison. So I might, you know, miss a week or two. I'm also going to try to start adding in some other stuff, like some fishing and whatnot, some other content, so it's not just gators. Break it up. But guys, thanks again for watching, liking, subscribe, and check it out. Here we go.